Drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes. On second down, Elliott, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On third down, it's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
There we go, kill.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
A give to Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Prescott from the gun on third. Airing it out for Hearns. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Allen Hearns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And out now come the Vikings. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. On second down, Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rhino! Go ahead. Go ahead. Left.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Taco Charlton with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. Space to maneuver at the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 47 yards on the ground. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10, looks like he's running to get into the top 5.
Here we go. Go right in. It's coming now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. The give is to Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Second down, Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Everson Griffin. in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Third and long for Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Go ahead. Hey, chill, motion here. Slack. Rhino!
Second down, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go, 47.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They'll run with Elliott. And an alley to run. Open space inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Cousins. Flush to his right. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. David Irving. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Move, move. Gun.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. To throw is Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead.
Following the interception, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hey, steamer, steamer. Black play.
Cousins now. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. On third down, Cousins. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. David Irving in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Wide, wide. It's gone. We're going. We're going. Let's go.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. A beautiful fake. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They go to Elliott again. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Taken from just outside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
We're going. We're going. Let's go.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Yellow, yellow. Ready? Sit in there. Yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A strong running. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Hey, we're good. We're good.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Cousins. Buying time. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
A handoff left, Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. 46, 46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long.
Gun.
Let's go deep. Line 54. Line 54.
47. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Cousins now to throw on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game.
Rhino! Black.
A second down throw for Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Rhino! Two.
Cousins again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Cousins now on 2nd down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Yellow, yellow. Black, E2.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Yellow, yellow. Ready, in there. Yellow, yellow.
To throw, Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go ahead. Black.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Again, it's Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
It's coming now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 2nd down, Prescott. And he fends him off. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. This is Elliott. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Gun.
Prescott now from the 50. Completes it to Hearns. And he's got this down to the 35.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Here's Allen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47, 47.
A second down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let... And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Allen Hearns with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys add on. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Gone.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Hey, Clifford.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Go ahead.
Tack.
Gone.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17.
Black.
Hey,
2.
50 to Mike, 50 to
Gone. Black, 82.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Pulled in at the 24. Now another. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now here come the Cowboys. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go, 46. Hey. Start there, over here. Start there.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Then we're going to 53. Here we go. 1-8.
Here's Prescott. Going for the deep ball. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
46.
Prescott yet again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Pretty heavy traffic over the middle on that one, and somehow he emerged with the football. Way to possess it despite all the extra contact and people around him.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Tight right. 4 down. Alert.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46.
Switch.
26.
And again, it's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down. Here's Cousins. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Rhino! Hey, Clifford!
Got 4 down.
2.
A first down throw for Cousins. And that is incomplete here. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Zebra. Rose.
Mike 50. I got one.
On second down, Cousins again. Now a desperation throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And the return will stop right around the 25. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, Prescott here to throw. He finds Hearns left side. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Prescott now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
4 down. Check. Check.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it?
From the red zone now, Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it?
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Kill.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
3rd and long for Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team.